morning. Long time no see. Hello, Artwork Studios. Oh no, my allergies are getting me. You got me with the Discord notification. Nice. I don't know why you didn't get one, Network Bib. That's weird. Bless you, Steven. Yes. The allergies are kicking my butt this morning. See you later, Network Bib. Thanks for stopping by. It's funny, I would have never started a Discord server. I don't even remember who was like the first person in chat to ask me for one. I would have never started one. So actually, we should say chat is a marketing genius. Chitan, what's up, man? How are you? I'm good, dude. It's Tuesday. I have a couple meetings today. That's the only negative thing. For the most part, I mean, that's one of the big nice things about my job, honestly, is I don't really have a lot of meetings. But today I have some meetings. Why did he... Artwork Studios, wow, that was the fastest anyone left except for me. That's been Network Bib's new thing. He jumps in, he jumps out, which is totally fine. Totally fine. Unique UX, I just got out of a meeting. Yes, meetings. It's where the real work gets done in the modern workplace. I mean, there's definitely, I mean, I don't want to come off like a Neanderthal. Like, I definitely understand that meetings are useful and productive at times, but I think there's way more unproductive and useless meetings than there are productive and useful ones, in my opinion. Like one of the types of meetings I hate the most is like status update meetings, right? It's like meetings that you go to just to listen to other people tell you where something stands. At which point I always think like this doesn't need to be we don't need a standing meeting every month or every week for this. You just email out email out a newsletter, right? Or make a blog post or something, publish it, let everybody know that they can go and consume it, and then put it on those people to go and read it. And if they have a question or if they have an issue or they need to get involved, they should initiate, right? They should raise a flag. Hey, what's up, Stefan? How are you? Artwork Studios. I'm still in school, so no meetings. Well, I think Artwork Studios, I would honestly trade meetings for having to go back to school at this point in my life. Actually, if I could go back to university, I would be fine. But if I had to go back to high school, then yeah, no way. I'll keep my meetings. Unique UX. It was brutal. I had this whole plan and they lazily responded and I was like, well, what do you got? And they had nothing. The best kind of meetings. Very one-sided. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry about that. That's very irritating. I'm doing good, Stefan. Yeah, man, we're just hanging out, chilling, you know, getting the workday started, getting the caffeine. And I have a 10 o'clock meeting this morning, which is why I started streaming at like 9:15ish. I was trying to squeeze in like an hour or 45 minutes before that 10 o'clock meeting. And then I have another meeting at 11 o'clock. And then, you know, by that point, we're basically at the 2 o'clock stream. So Noku Toka. Hey, yo, what's today's topic? Really, whatever. We can make the topic whatever you want. I'm drinking an energy drink, talking to you guys, checking my email, getting caught up on Slack messages. We're just kind of, you know, getting the day started, you know? Have you guys, I will ask you guys, do you guys, when I write Steven in chat, my phone always tries to autocorrect it to Stefan. That's funny. Artwork Studios is caffeine free? Fuck me, dude. No way. No way. Stefan, I haven't drank a single coffee today. So, Stefan, you're just caffeine free for today. And Artwork Studio has been caffeine free for a year. That sounds miserable. Life is so much more tolerable when you're caffeinated. Well, the thing I was going to ask is, do any of you guys still use X or Twitter? I mean, I know that's kind of a polarizing platform over the last year, 2 years. So I understand if you guys aren't on it. I don't post much there, but I still like scroll there, and Uncle Bob. You guys know who Uncle Bob is? Robert Martin. He has been posting the funniest, like the most hilarious videos where he basically is in a robe and he just rants about a topic. Here, I'll post one in the chat so you guys can see what I'm talking about. How do I share it? Here we go. Here's one about design patterns. It's ridiculous. No code to code. I drink 1 cup of coffee every morning, and I pretty much have to have to or get a horrible headache. Yeah, you can't. If you're gonna wean yourself off caffeine, you gotta titrate the dose down for sure. Unique X, it's toxic as fuck. I avoid it. Yeah. There is, okay, I will admit there is a lot of toxic content, and there's a lot of wild content. Any kind of content you can think of is on there. But lately, when I've been scrolling my feed on that platform, Uncle Bob in a robe has been popping up where he just rants, and the way he talks and the way he delivers the information is just so, it's funny to me. It's bizarre and funny. Artwork Studios. I don't think many call it X. I think people still say Twitter. Fair enough. Tolu, I'm at a meeting. I'll join you 40 minutes later. I may not be live still, Tolu. So I'm probably going to go till 10 a.m. and then 10 a.m. Central because I have a meeting at 10 a.m. Central. But have a good meeting, man. I'll try to do the same. Steven, tell Elon he should give me some money. Elon should give us all some money, huh? That dude's richer than God at this point. Bacon. Hello, Bacon. Oh, my nose is itchy this morning. Let's infiltrate the meeting. Yeah, somehow I could see that not going well. Steven, did you live stream our internal company meeting? No, I didn't do that. That actually would be hilarious LinkedIn content, is just people streaming their internal meetings. And then like all the sensitive stuff is they just like redact it, like they bleep it out. But it's literally just LinkedIn just turns into vertical scrolling feeds of internal company meetings. Hello, Butterscotch. How are you? Stefan, well, gotta go now. See y'all later. See you, Stefan. Have a good day, man. I hope you get some coffee. I hope you get caffeinated. There's a channel that I used to watch a lot by a creator named Matty Hapoya, and he would always end his videos with, he'd always say, life's better when you make stuff. And I always liked that. And so I think I need to end all my videos with, life's better when you're caffeinated. That would be great, actually. Yeah, it really would, wouldn't it be? Like, you just scroll through LinkedIn and it's all just meetings, right? You could get 24/7 wall-to-wall content of corporate meetings. And some of it would be interesting. I mean, some of it would be a snooze fest, but some of it would be interesting. Bacon, what are we working on? We're not, well, I'm just working it right now. So nothing for my side projects. I'll probably, when I stream later this afternoon over lunch, I'll probably just keep working on the Discord thing. I was making good progress on that last night, and that's been a lot of fun to write. So I'll probably do that. It's actually going to be that project's also going to be super interesting to write tests for, because the tests are actually going to be kind of complex to test all that code. Because there's no way I can, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to write integration tests and talk to the actual Discord API. That's just going to be too flaky. So I'm going to have to figure out how to write actual unit tests for it. And I think I have it. I think I'm writing it in such a way it'll be pretty easy, but the setup code for the test is going to be kind of messy. But that's probably what I'll work on later today. Artwork Studios. How are you though, Steven? I'm doing fine. Just need to do English homework plus math. Well, I don't envy you, Artwork Studios. I'm doing well, man. I mean, life is pretty. Like I tell people all the time, like my life is very much the boring middle. That's how I describe it. I have at the moment at least, I have a job, I have kids. Most of my life is about creating stability and security for them until they are ready to take responsibility for themselves. And so, yeah, not a lot happens on a day-to-day basis at our house. It's just work and kids and sleep and repeat. Amrit Paul, my first job sucks. Why does it suck, man? Tell us more. Unique UX, can you review my portfolio website at some point or my code? Yeah, sure, man. I'd be happy to. You don't have to pay me. Yeah, I'll be happy to do it anytime. Just send it on over. No, Kutoka. Unit test? The app is the ultimate unit test. Yeah, test. Who needs that stuff? You right, Tess? Ew. Make it so that you can add more features later when needed. Yeah, so that's my idea, Butterscotch. My ultimate idea, Butterscotch, is once I have that connection logic in place, I basically want to then just be able to add event handlers to the client, right? So when a guild member's added, or whatever the Discord has, like a list of events that you can ask to receive on your client or your bot. And so the idea is to make it extensible. Is you'll just say, hey, we'll have like handlers for each of the different events, and then you can just register a callback or a delegate in C#. Artwork Studios, you're an amazing father. Well, I appreciate that, man. I don't know if I'm an amazing one. I do work really hard at that. That is definitely my number one priority. If I fail at everything else and I succeed at being a good dad, I will die a happy man. So I do put a lot of time and energy into that. Well, good luck with your life. That's such an inspiring, that's such a wishful or hopeful message. Yeah, I hope my life goes well for sure. Unique UX, you just talked about how you need to support your family, and then you're like, it's free, bro. Come on, man. Well, see, that's the thing, is that's the wonderful thing about having a W-2 day job, right? And making content is I don't need to monetize any of this, right? So, I've got a job that takes care of the bills, pays the family, takes care of the bills, pays me. We can take care of all our needs and have a little bit of extra to do fun stuff. And that's enough, And so there's really no pressure to monetize anything else. Artwork Studios, I realize you do a voice for different viewers. Oh, really? That's funny. And Rip Paul, they just tell me to write this feature. I have no idea about the project I'm working on. Plus, I have to stay late. Yeah, I wouldn't like staying late. I have no idea about the project. I think that's pretty common in a lot of industries. Depends on where you sit, right? If you're a junior level or an entry level individual contributor, which it sounds like maybe you are in your first job, sometimes you don't get exposed to the big picture, right? Sometimes companies just don't think individual contributors need to be privy to those details. Or like Unique UX says, it could be shady. Although if they're still paying me a paycheck every month or every 2 weeks or whatever, I would just write the feature and look for a different gig. I think that's the real power move as a worker. Like if you're an individual contributor, you're a worker, you're an employee. The power move of being an employee is to do your job well, or well enough to keep it, keep collecting your paycheck, and all the while be actively looking for the next thing. That's really the only power you have to exercise as a worker or as somebody who needs to earn a paycheck, is you have two choices, right? You can stay and deal with it, or you can leave and find something better. And in my opinion, you should never quit one job without having the next one. That's, I think, a really good principle to live your life by. Artwork Studios. To be honest, I love coding, but I stay up 12 a.m. max coding. Yeah, having a hard cutoff is probably a good idea. Artwork Studios. I think I've mentioned that a couple times on stream. Is like usually after my kids go to bed at like 8. That's usually when I set up shop to like dig into a project. But inevitably, what happens is like you can fall down a hole, like a rabbit hole, and then you look up and it's 2 a.m. or it's 3 a.m. So having a hard cutoff like that's really smart, in my opinion. Hey Toad Sage, how are you? I never did ask you, man. Did your permanent residency, did the permanent residency go the way you wanted it to go? I know you said last night, or was it yesterday? At some point you said it got processed, but I'm hoping it worked out the way you wanted it to work out. Imagine not spending your entire night just programming and listening to music. That would be kind of hard these days, because it's either that or it's hanging out with my wife. Those are what my evenings look like these days. I don't do much else besides that. Sometimes I'll lift at night, but lately I've been getting my lift in the afternoon. Wow, who knew math is hard? Yeah, math is hard. That whole idea in calculus of what's it called? Asymptotic, right? Of like ever increasing but never touching, right? Always approaching the asymptote but never touching it. That took a while for me to wrap my head around. Although calculus was the highest order math I took in all of my education, and I haven't used a single. I mean, I'm not an engineer, right? I'm not like a proper engineer, so I guess there's probably no reason for me to ever have to pull that math out, but. Code rabbit holes are a total vibe. Yeah. Yeah, they are a vibe. But then you're like, oh God, what have I done? What have I done? I have to wake up in 5 hours. Teach your wife how to code so you can do both. Yeah, my wife, yeah, I don't think she'd have any interest in writing code. Butterscotch, yeah, we go gym. Hell yeah, we do. We go gym now. That's like my favorite thing on the internet recently that I watch is people yelling, "We go gym. We go gym now." Oh, Network Bib's back. Hello. Coding evenings with the family. I would love to get that would be like me and my sons, we like to play video games together. But if I could, as they get older, if I could get them interested in programming, or coding, or even not even, doesn't necessarily even have to be coding or programming. It could just, maybe they're interested in design, or maybe they're interested in UX, but like get them interested in something related to product development and have a project that we all hack on together. That would be a lot of fun. I can do 50. I don't know if I could do 50 push-ups. I'm pretty confident I could get 20, 25. I might have to go for broke to hit 50 though. Artwork Studios, you're just gonna give up and copy your friends? I don't know, man. I don't know. Should you do that? You got to remember, you're talking to a 32-year-old dad here. So the 32-year-old dad in me wants to tell you, don't copy your friend's homework. Toad Sage, by processed, I mean it's complete. I can leverage the benefits of it. Oh, nice. Very cool. Awesome. Well, I'm glad, Toad Sage. When I show my wife stuff, she just nods and smiles. Well, I have a funny story about that. So, I do that all the time, Unique UX, where I will build something and I will implement something, and in my brain, like in my brain, it's so cool because I understand all the little problems I solved along the way to get to the final thing. And then I'll go and show her, like, a demo it, and it's like a 10-second demo because all it is like submitting a form or an animation or something like that. And she has the same reaction. She's like, "Wow, honey, I'm so proud of you." And in that moment, I realize, oh, this is not that impressive if you don't understand that I did a lot of work that you can't see to make this happen. Amrit Paul, man, corporate is hell. It can be. I mean, the corporate job that I had was a good job. I mean, it was a lot of hard work, but they had great benefits. I had both my kids while we were there, and we had great health care. But yeah, I think it's very dependent, in my opinion, Amrit Paul. It's very dependent on the company you work for and who your teammates are, in my opinion, who your boss is and who your teammates are. I honestly feel like the people you work with are a huge determinant in how you feel about your work and how you feel about where you work. Butterscotch, tell them that they can make their own games with coding. That's how I got started. Yeah, that might be fun. Build a game or something together. No, if they get interested in UX or design, they'll ask you to change the button color and add 2 months of work. They would enjoy that, telling me what to do. They would probably have fun doing that. No, Dad, make it like this. No, Dad, do this. Tyler, how likely is it that AI could replace you? I mean, I'm not like a 10x coder or anything, Tyler, so I guess it's probably more likely that AI could replace me than AI could maybe replace like some sick ass Fang engineer, some 10x Fang engineer. But I still think in either cases the likelihood's pretty low currently. There's just so much other work that goes into writing code, programming, building products that AI just can't quite do yet. Toad Sage, okay, I have to sleep. See you later, Steven. See you, Toad Sage. Have a good night, man. Sleep well. I have to do a presentation about something. I have to choose myself, but I don't know what to do it about. Do you have any ideas? I would do it on something you really, really like or enjoy. I mean, you have those nano robots and you have an exoskeleton project. Like, can you find some topic in that? Like, find some topic related to something you're passionate about. Like, they do this a lot, and there's a group called Toastmakers, I think is the name of the group, where basically you practice public speaking. Toastmasters. And I took a course at my last job. I took a course on public speaking, and that was what we had to do. Was we had to public speak, but we could pick whatever presentation topic we wanted. And in my opinion, you give better presentations when the subject matter is something you care about and you know really well. Makes it a lot easier. You sound like a good voice actor. Me? Are you talking about me? No way you said that about me. The presentation needs to be attractive for people to listen to. That's a good point. That's fair. You need to know your audience. Yeah, so I guess, can you find an intersection? Can you find an intersection between something you think your class or your peers would be interested in and something you're also interested in and care a lot about? Amrit Paul, have you seen to Soding YouTube man. I want to be that guy. I haven't seen that guy. Yes, that's about you. Very expressive. No way, man. No way. That's crazy. Okay, that's the first time anyone's ever said that, first of all. I've been told my whole life I'm not very expressive. And also, the thing about my voice, this is a really funny, here's kind of like a funny backstory of like my voice in creating content on the internet. So growing up, I've always had, and I still do, kind of have like a nasally voice. But growing up, people used to give me a lot. They used to not make fun of me, but they used to give me a hard time about the way my voice sounds, about it being kind of nasally. And I was always super self-conscious about that. I carried that self-consciousness about my voice all the way through high school. And so I've never been somebody who talks a whole lot because of that. And when I got into college, when I started personal training, doing one-on-one stuff with clients, I was like, I really need to get over this self-consciousness I have about my voice. And the way I did it was I was like, okay, I'm going to start making videos about fitness stuff, which is where my first YouTube content came from. And you can still find it, it's still out there if you search Freeborn Training Systems. And so I started making content because it forced me to talk on camera, and then it forced me to edit those videos, so I had to listen to my voice over and over and over again. And it was like this way to almost like exposure therapy myself out of being self-conscious about my voice. And yeah, that's largely how my journey of creating content on the internet began. Artworks US, but it does sound well, man. That's the first time I've heard that, so thanks, man. I appreciate that. You sound pretty chill and smooth. Well, that's very kind of you guys to say. Unique UX, you are revealing personal aspects of your character, and that's brave. We respect that, and no one would ever use that against you. We support your journey. Bro's going to get cooked. Yeah, what's funny though is like, this is like people who gave me a hard time about my voice were like my mom, my sister, my brother, like my family. You know what I mean? So like some strangers on the internet making fun of my voice at this point in my life would not bother me, right? Like I've thoroughly removed that self-consciousness about my voice. But yeah, I always think that's funny because people always ask me like, why did you start making content? Why did you start making videos and putting them on YouTube and stuff? And it was like, well, funny you ask. And then obviously it's evolved into something that I enjoy a whole lot. Like I just enjoy the act of creating stuff. It makes me feel motivated. It makes me feel energized. The internet was made for this. Yeah. In COVID, I lost my attention span. Now I can't even focus on one thing. That's hard, man. That's hard. Yeah. I don't struggle with that so much. My wife really does. She would say she has ADHD. And it's hard for her at times to focus. It's hard for her at times to get motivated to complete tasks. So yeah, I really do feel for you there, man. I can't necessarily empathize with it, but I definitely sympathize with you, 100%. Man, voice insecurity hits me because I feel I sound super nasally and just annoying, yet people tell me they like my voice, and I'm like, what? Yeah, so, okay, well, that's interesting, because that's exactly what I just said. Network bit, boy, life is hard on high school. You get flamed for everything. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the nature of the beast growing up, right? People just, and it's largely now in hindsight as an adult, I know looking back, it's largely out of an insecurity about themselves, right? It's a way to distract, right? If I can point out other people's flaws or other people's oddities, it takes the light off me. And it sucks that people do that. It sucks that people feel they need, especially kids, it sucks they feel that they need to tear down others to build themselves up in a way. And it's not even to really build themselves up. It's more of just to like camouflage and hide, divert attention. I got targeted by a group of 17-year-old goth girls super invested in this trend I was making. They messaged my wife and shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. When I hear my own voice, I sound like I'm choking on sand. I'm in secondary, so that's cool. Yeah, I've had that reaction of hearing your own voice. Now I don't. Now I'm just numb to it. I've heard my own voice so much that it just is, you know? Wow, Steven, you're also a therapist. No, I'm not. I'm not a therapist. Nor do I play one on TV. I'm not a therapist. Just keep talking. I am that cat kid on my high school, not in a good way. I hacked a kid's school account. Eesh. Yeah, that's the kind of hacking that gets you into trouble, man. I mean, I think learning to hack's great skill, right? But it's got to be channeled to the good side, not to the dark side. What is it that Yoda says? Yoda dark side quote. I tell this to my kids all the time. I always repeat this quote. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. So don't channel your hacking towards suffering, okay? Do good with your hacking skills, Network Bib. Naku Toka, I'm curious, if you had the chance to choose a dream job perfectly tailored by you with the knowledge that it will be successful, what would you choose? That's super easy for me. I would be an NFL strength and conditioning coach. Boom. Easy. That would be like hands down. That's what I'd do. I'd just live in a weight room all day with kick-ass athletes and work out. GTA, what is that? GTA 4 isn't real, bro. You will get cooked. Don't fall for it. Did someone's? I don't know what you're talking about, Network Bib. Oh, sorry, Unique X. What are you talking about? Just keyboard mash and you'll get there. I was in that kid's Snapchat account and everything. I found a credit card. Dude, don't hack people's accounts, man. That's not cool. And suffering leads to chocolate. That's pretty good. I've never had anybody turn that one back on me. Yeah. My kids need to get smarter because that's really funny. Hate leads to suffering. And then somebody could say, yeah, but suffering leads to chocolate, Yoda. Or would you change the shape of your head? No, I'm okay with the shape of my head. I mean it could be thinner, right? It could definitely be like thinner, but I'm okay with the shape of my face. I'm too old, man. I've got 32-year-old. I'm a 32-year-old dad of two. I got too much shit going on in my life to worry about the shape of my face. There's just, you know what I mean? Like retirement, the economy, keeping my job. Yoro Kobe. Hello, Yoro Kobe. LOL LinkedIn. Chocolate is indeed delicious. Chocolate is one of the simple pleasures in the world, you know? Tom Bates? I don't think so. That name doesn't sound familiar. Tom Bates. These are the adventures of a tiny wizard called Nigel and his dog/horse Marmalade. Huh. He's like an animator, I guess? From what I see here. No, I've never watched any of his content. Network bib. You think your AI is going to run out of control? I don't know about that. It's hilarious. Okay, yeah, I'll give it a listen. What I actually need to do though is I actually need to end the stream because my meeting's going to be here in 7 minutes. Unique UX is trolling you. Skynet uprising. Yeah. That would be horrible if we had a Skynet situation. Yeah, man, it's time for bedtime for you, Artwork Studios. And it's time for me to head to my meeting. See you in Unique UX. I hope you have a very productive work day. Not filled with meetings. Filled with lots of designing. Yeah, and I think with that, I'm gonna close the bridge, so to speak, because I'm gonna go do pre-meeting things, which means restroom and more caffeine. But I hope you guys have a good, what is it? I hope you guys have a good Tuesday. And if it's already Wednesday for you, I hope you have a good Wednesday. And if you're around later today and you see me live, stop on in. Bye, Artwork Studios. Bye, Noku Toka. Dang, this was very fun and very chill. Well, yeah, come back. We're almost every day we're live, so come hang out. Butterscotch, your AI achieved AGI. Oh, man. Network bib, you're getting trolled on that one, buddy. All right, y'all. You guys have a good day. Bye.